Grisha. So I'm in Sweden and I'm just about to do an interview with Anders Hallgren, who is one of the foremost dog trainers in Sweden in terms of his long history of creating power and choice and control in dogs. So I'm super excited to do that interview. Let's go ahead and get started. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I'm sort of welcoming you to your own country, but I'm also welcoming you to my YouTube channel. So, so you have been training dogs for a very long time. And how did you get into working with dogs?
When I was 14 years, the family, Dachshund, she died in my arms, 4 years old, from a heart attack. And she was always afraid of everything, people, dogs, sounds. So I got a bad conscience. It started with guilt feelings. I tried to help other dogs that were afraid. And to my surprise, I could help. I just got out from our main door out into the street, and there was a German Shepherd that lived further down the street, and she was afraid of people. And I was 16, and I got out, and I asked spontaneously, "Oh, could I say hello to her because I've seen her?" "Oh, she's not saying, she's not getting close to anyone." But out of, I don't know, instinct, I just kneeled down and moved my head away, and she came up to me, and I remember still his words. He said, "Fantastic." Yeah, she had never come close to anyone before.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
No, don't be
Long
sorry.
story.
And I love that your style of training is very different from how we normally see on TV, but also the fact that you've been doing this style of training for a really long time, and I think that's one of the reasons why Sweden is ahead of most of the rest of the world in terms of positive training. So, so yes. So, and you're an actual dog psychologist, which, unlike someone who might just use that title, you have a psychology degree, right?
Yeah. But I just went to university for the sake of the dogs, not for the sake of being a psychologist.
And not to actually do therapy with, yeah.
Yeah.
And so that technically, then you're the first dog psychologist in the world.
As far as I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And so, how has your training or your approach to dogs changed over time?
You see, it's first of all, I just stated my ideology. I don't like violence in any form or shape. And from that, well, in the beginning, I was pulling leashes because I thought that's the one way to do it, but it didn't feel good. And then from that, it just developed more and more easy methods that I could approach dogs with. And even aggressive dogs were quite easy. They were my best patients. I always work with the dog owners, not the dogs.
Right. And I like one of the things that we have in common is this real emphasis on control for the dogs. So the dogs are able to control more of their environment instead of us controlling them.
Yeah.
Can you talk a bit about that?
Yeah, it's in the literature of psychology. You can find so many studies that show that people and animals that have a feeling of control, as opposed to feeling of helplessness, it's on the same scale, one at each end. They are feeling better. They are healthier. They are more active. More positive, and that goes for any mammal, including dogs.
Definitely. Yeah. And I think we can do so much more, and I think you agree with me in terms of not just teaching dogs to follow our cues or even commands, but teaching them that they have choice about the environment, things that are just important to them.
Yeah. The more we train with cues, the more control we have over the dog, and the more control we have, the less control the dog.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely. yeah. So as you guys know, the teamwork seminars or something, I go over that with. So that's one of my main focuses is giving that control back to the dogs. So that's good. And so you've written a ton of books. And what,
30.
30.
Yeah.
Yes.
31.
Okay, so 10 times as many books as I've written. So, so one book that I really like is the book about teaching dogs to be fire alarms. So they detect that there's a fire and they go tell their person. And that book you're giving, so the APTT conference, everyone's going to get that in their goodie bags.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I will be there teaching, so I'll try to make sure people understand how important it is that they're getting that book. Because I think maybe not enough people in the States know who you are. Like, we're more familiar with like Terry Ryan, Ian Dunbar, and our sort of fundamental trainers. So I'm glad that they're having a chance to know you more.
Okay.
So
Me too.
yeah, yay. And I recommend your Stress in Dogs book all the time. Stress and Anxiety in Dogs. So one of the books that your newest book is I think the newest book, Ethics and Ethology for a Happy Dog. At least that's the newest one in English. Am I correct?
Yep.
So I read that. I really liked it. Could you tell people watching more about that?
Yeah, it's the basis for all dog training. I think should be ethics. Don't do to dogs what you will not do to your kid.
Thank you for watching so much. I'm going to put some links down below. There should be some links up here somewhere too. So definitely pay attention. Anders Hallgren. So if you're going to the APDT conference, I will see you there. I've got 2 seminars, one on bat, one on puppies, and look in those goodie bags because you're going to get some of those cool books. All right, thanks guys. Bye.